How are you guys? How are you doing? This is video part 2, Social Science lesson number 10. Let's start from this point, the Speaker of Lok Sabha. The word speaker, don't be confused. Speaker means the person who organizes the house, means parliament, and he maintains the discipline in the house. મીન્સ ગુજરાતીમાં એને કહીએ આપણે એક અધ્યક્ષ. સ્પીકર મીન્સ અધ્યક્ષ. The main function of the speaker is to see that the proceedings of the Lok Sabha gets organized in a prescribed form to maintain discipline, order and dignity of the houses are the topmost functions of the speaker. Yes, I underline, this is very important line. The main function of the speaker is to maintain discipline, order and dignity of the houses. Okay, so these are the main functions of the speaker. The members of the Lok Sabha elects their speaker and deputy speaker from among themselves. The speaker presides over the session of the Lok Sabha and maintains and controls its functions. The speaker expects discipline from the members in the Lok Sabha. The speaker is the protector and dignity of the house. His decisions in the house are final and conclusive. Speaker can belong to any of the political party or can even have a strong support of any political party, but after being appointed as the speaker of the Lok Sabha, it is expected that the speaker carries out the proceedings of the parliament in a firm and impartial manner. Dear friends, the meaning is speaker is of any party, but he must be impartial. He should not take any partiality of any party, whether it is BJP or Congress or any other party. By gaining a majority of the members of the Lok Sabha on resolutions to remove the speaker, with this a speaker can be removed from his post by giving a 14 days notice period. So suppose you want to remove, means the members of Lok Sabha wants to remove the speaker, so the speaker should be given a notice before 14 days. All the speeches and criticism in the Lok Sabha are done by addressing the speaker only. The working in both the houses of the parliament can be carried out in either Hindi or English. But a speaker can permit any member of the Lok Sabha to speak in his own language in case he does not know Hindi or English. So generally in parliament two languages are spoken by our leaders, Hindi and English. But suppose the member of parliament, he doesn't know Hindi and even English, so the Lok Sabha speaker he allows him to speak in his own language. If any member of the Lok Sabha remains absent for the continuous period of 60 days without informing the speaker, then his seat is declared vacant. Now the next point is casting vote. Now this is very important point, casting vote. During any proceedings of the house, there rises any question, matter or problem or discussion on any bill or act, and decision upon it is to be taken, especially when the number of votes in favor or against the matter are equal in number. Then in such condition the speaker can give his deciding vote, which is known as casting vote. Means kabhi in the house the question is very big, or any matter or a problem arises in the house and decision is not taken, and there is an election, and in the election both the parties gets equal votes. So in that condition speaker has right for voting, and that vote is called casting vote. Apart from each situation, the speaker cannot vote. Generally, in any situation, speaker cannot vote. But in this situation, if both the parties are getting equal votes, the final vote is about speaker. Sri Ganesh Vasudev Malvankar was the first speaker of Lok Sabha. Who was the first speaker of Lok Sabha of India? Ganesh Vasudev Malvankar, and he was from Maharashtra. In the absence of the speaker, the proceedings are conducted by the deputy speaker. In the absence of the speaker and the deputy speaker, the proceedings of the Lok Sabha are conducted by the speakers' panel, consisting of senior, experienced, and who are familiar with the proceedings of the parliament expert from different political parties. So there are actually two speakers. One is main speaker and second is deputy speaker. Now, when can a bill become an act? Here act means जिसको हम कहते हैं कायदा, भारत देश का कायदा, and bill को कहते हैं proposal. Suppose भाजपा party or Congress party or any other parties, okay, they propose some point. That point is called proposal. This is called proposal. The proposal is called a bill, or usko in parliamentary language it is called bill. The parliament does the important work of argumenting the old laws, framing new laws, and nullifying obsolete laws, and any of the bills, either ordinary bill, money bill, or the bill to amend constitution, can become an act by passing through the following process. Any bill can be presented in either house of the parliament. The bill can be presented by a minister or any member of the parliament. If any dispute arises between the two houses of the parliament regarding any bill, the president can call a joint sitting of both the houses of the parliament. The proceedings of both the houses of the parliament in a joint sitting is chaired by the speaker. My dear friends, kabhi the dispute is very big and the decision is not taken easily. So in that situation, the President of India calls both the houses in under the one roof, and in that situation, the main proceeding is speaker, wherein the bill can be passed by majority. The process will be same as I explained in my first video. Then the bill becomes an act. Suppose once the bill is passed in the parliament, it becomes act. यानी कि हमारे पार्लियामेंट के अंदर कोई भी बिल पास हो जाता है तो वो क्या बन जाता है? हमारे देश का कानून बन जाता है. If it is passed by a majority of the members of both the houses. Okay. Now, procedure of an act from bill, ordinary bill, non-financial. The procedure of presenting a bill in the house of the parliament by minister is called first reading of the bill, where in the title objectives and the reasons of the bill are described. Before presenting any bill in the state legislature assembly, the recommendation of the chairman of the house, and before presenting any bill in the center of the recommendations of the president is required. And in the first reading of the bill, the general information of the bill is discussed upon. Objections must be with reasons, and voting is done if necessary. Section wise discussion is done for every point. Its objectives and repercussions are examined. Amendments are done in it on the basis of public, group, associations, institutions, and opinion of the opposition party. Voting is carried out on. Sometimes, due to the workload of the House, a bill cannot be discussed in detail. Therefore, it is handed over to a committee comprising of subject experts and members having special knowledge to examine the bill. Means sometimes the presidential schedule is very tight and the bill cannot be discussed in detail, suppose sometimes in the house. So the bill is handed over to committee, and in the committee the members they are expert and they have a special knowledge about the bill. The report of the committee is submitted to the house, then the bill is sent for the third reading. The third reading is only formal, and after presenting the logic in terms of acceptance or rejection of the changes in the bill, voting is carried out. If it gains majority, then the bill is declared passed. The passed bill is signed by the chairman of the first house and then it is sent to the second house. The bill goes through the same process in second house. If the bill passes in the second house with its necessary amendments, it is sent to the president's signature, and after receiving president's assent, the bill becomes an act. Now the whole paragraph is the explanation about how the bill becomes an act, यानी कि हमारे देश में कायदा कैसे बनता है. But if the bill is not passed in the second house of the parliament, it is again sent to the first house. If the second house keeps the bill for more than 6 months, it is understood that the bill is rejected. If both the houses disagree or have a dispute over a bill, a joint session of both the houses is summoned, and in the joint house of the parliament, the disputes are tried to be resolved through gaining majority. When a bill is sent for presidential signature, there are 3 options with the president. This is important point, my dear friends, please remember. It means when the bill is sent for the presidential signature, the president of India, he has 3 options. The first option is whether he sign on the bill and approve it. He signs the bill, thereby approving it. Second option, he keeps the bill with him, यानी कि वो अपने पास वो बिल को रख ले. And third option is he sends the bill back to the parliament for reconsideration, यानी कि वो वापिस वो बिल को पार्लियामेंट में भेज दे अगेन रिकंसिडरेशन के लिए. The bill becomes an act is published in government gazette. Then there is enforcement from the date given therein. When any bill to amend the constitution is presented in any of the house or of parliament, it has to be passed by a majority number of the members of that house and by 2/3 of the members present and voting. If a bill pertains to any matter related to the center or the state, it requires permission of more than half the legislative assemblies of the state, and this bill also goes through the same process as the ordinary bill. Procedure subject to money bill. Whether the bill is money bill or not is decided by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. A bill contains the recommendations of the budget or financial matter is called a money bill. Now it's a very simple understanding, my friend. If the bill is related with money matter, or the bill is regarding the economy of our country India, that bill is called money bill. That bill is called money bill. Okay. The budget of the center is presented around 20th February in the Lok Sabha, mostly by the finance minister, and this bill is discussed under finance minister, and all the money bills are first presented in the Lok Sabha which passes through the following process. The first process is a parliamentary discussion is carried out on the money bill presented in the Lok Sabha. पहले क्या होता है कि लोकसभा के अंदर ये मनी बिल प्रेजेंट होता है. Then the expenses mentioned in the budget are discussed upon. The finance minister presents all the numeric details of the budget in the parliament. Third, all the ministers like agriculture, science, defense, trade business and human resource department etc. put forth their demands in front of the Lok Sabha, and then the voting is carried out to get permission of demands. Sources of income and taxes are separated, presented in the budget, and both are to be separately approved. The bill approved in the Lok Sabha first is sent to the Rajya Sabha for recommendations. The Rajya Sabha has to return it to the Lok Sabha with necessary recommendations within 14 days, and Lok Sabha can either accept or reject the total or partial recommendations of the Rajya Sabha. If a money bill is not returned to the Lok Sabha within 14 days by the Rajya Sabha, the bill is considered to have been passed by Rajya Sabha. My dear friends, please remember this line. Once the money bill is sent to Rajya Sabha and the bill is not returned in 14 days, it means what? It means that the bill is considered to have been passed by the Rajya Sabha. And if the Lok Sabha accept the recommendations of the Rajya Sabha, the bill is considered to have been passed by both the houses of the parliament. But if the Lok Sabha rejects the recommendations of the Rajya Sabha and the bill again passed in the Lok Sabha, the money bill is deemed to have been passed by both the houses of the parliament. Hence, in the matter of money bill, the Rajya Sabha has limited powers. After the money bill is passed by both the houses of the parliament, it is sent to the president for his assent. The president has to sign the money bill, and if the budget is not passed in the house, then the government has to resign. Okay?